Blessings, everyone. This is Prophetess Lefaye. I apologize. There was a little technical difficulties, and besides that, just turbulence. That's all it is. So, I just wanted to do a quick talk with Lefaye about something that's going on in the spirit realm that I noticed, and also to explain why I chose to shut down my services for now until further notice. So, excuse me. It's three issues that I noticed that's going on spiritually and naturally. But I think it's mainly spiritually because everything starts in the spirit first, and then it you know triggers down to the natural. It shows up in the natural and affects you in the natural as well. So I want to say I'm picking this up as a spiritual mother, as a prophet, and just as a member of Revelation Church. This has been going on for about 7 months now, and basically this has been going on since I've been suspended. I got suspended August 2025. So, and while I'm working on being unsuspended, or waiting to be unsuspended to come back to the church, um, this is some things that's been going on spiritually. So, the first issue I'm seeing is that there's been a problem with receiving and giving. Receiving and giving. So you have givers and you have receivers, right? There are a lot of givers in the church and there are a lot of receivers in the church. I don't know if it's more, I think it's more receivers than more givers. And sometimes because of that, you can, how should I say it? You have just a few people that's giving and giving and giving all the time because naturally you're a giver, right? But you get to the point that you're over giving as well. And I want to apologize as a mother and as a minister, as a prophet to Prophet Lovi Elias and Prophet Mackie Elias. I want to apologize to you guys for overgiving in church from what I do and what I produce because I think that took an effect as well in the ministry. So I want to apologize to you guys for that. And I want to make sure that I'm not adding to the problem. I'm not adding to the problem. The givers and the receivers. Some people are not receiving. They're not receiving. The number one issue why they're not receiving is because they're not giving. They're not giving or they're not doing what it is that they're supposed to do that's required for them to receive. And then you have people that are receiving, but they never want to give or they're not giving enough. They want to keep receiving, keep receiving, keep receiving. They're not giving enough. So that's why I think it's the people that's always giving. You can get to the point that you overgive. While you just have some people just stand there and receiving. But besides that, and how it ties into serving, it got to the part that spiritually I keep seeing a python spirit. That spirit that don't want people to receive. So if they start afflicting pain and they start bullying, they start causing issues on people that give to make you do what they want you to do or to make you give what they want you to give. And then that's how you start seeing people bleeding. You start seeing somebody bleeding, and it's a constant thing that's going on. And I don't think that's something that should continue. You shouldn't be bleeding, you shouldn't be bruised, just be bleeding and bruised. That should only be if it's just needed just to do ministry. You have to suffer, you have to go through some things just to do ministry and to help and to learn. and to overcome, not the other way around. So I keep saying a python spirit, the spirit that don't want you to receive, and I keep seeing the spirit of people over giving to the point that it's causing you to bleed. And then the last issue is dealing with serving. Serving keeps coming up, and it could be because some people that are serving, they cannot receive. And then it's like, okay, if you cannot receive, it's not a curse, okay? It's not a spirit, it's not a problem, or is it? And if it is, why is it there? Why is it there? Why does it keep coming back? You cannot receive. And then, could it be that if you're serving, it's required for you to just give? On this day, at this time, I'm just saying, just in general, it's required for you to just give. And then once you give, you're going to receive. But could it be that you're just giving and you're not receiving? Or somebody don't want you to receive? Is it set up that way for a good thing or the wrong thing? Because if it's not for the right thing, once again, I'm dealing with the root of the issue. Why is it there? Because these particular people that have that spirit, have that problem, they are the ones that are inflicting pain on people because it's there. And you should, being in the church, being out the church, we a spiritual family, right? But being in the church, our church, your personal life, it should never get to the point where you have to afflict pain. Why do you have to afflict pain? Why do you have to bully somebody? Something is wrong there. And because of this issue, and also seeing people drain, are they drained because their service to the point is causing drain? Or is it coming from something in the natural side? Is it the spiritual side? And if it is the spiritual side, why are you drained? How are you drained from serving and helping people? You shouldn't be drained. If you follow the rule that Mama Mackey set up, you serve for, you give for, or maybe that's only required for a certain consecration of people. Outside of that, why are you drained? Why are you frustrated? Why you be like, oh, I don't want to do this. I'm tired of doing this. I'm tired of showing up doing this. I'm not talking about the days you're just having a moment and you need strength. I'm not talking about the days that you just tired, you fatigued, and you just need to push. We all have those days. I'm not talking about those days. But if something is there, I'm trying to get you to really dive a little deeper and see what I'm seeing. Why is it there? Because what I'm seeing, and the scripture that came to me is Jonah and the well. Jonah and the well. It's like some people are underwater. But how can you be serving underwater? Spiritually, how can somebody be underwater? What's causing you to be underwater? Do you know you underwater? Do you even realize what's going on? Spiritually and naturally. And naturally. So with these issues, all we can do is lift it up. We can state it, right? And lift it up before the Lord and pray and ask the Lord to show us what to do spiritually and naturally. Spiritually and naturally. And guess what? If it's something that you have to go through, If it's something that you have to tolerate, if it's something that you have to do based on what the covering says or what the Lord says, and it's not being a yes man, it's not, you know, kissing somebody's butt, kissing somebody's feet. I'm not saying that, but if it's something that you have to do, it's something that you have to do. Like I stated before, when I offer encouragement to the servant leaders, it's something that you have to do. I'm in a homeless situation and I'm still serving. I'm suspended from the church and I'm still serving. And I serve online with my ministry. Even though I haven't fully launched it yet, I'm still doing ministry. I'm still praying. I get up 4 a.m. and pray. Not every day, but I pray. I study, I read, I preach, and I teach. I help somebody if I can. Because when I wake up, the Lord shows me. I see stuff going on. I see stuff going on. Soon as I wake up, I'm in a situation and I'm okay. I'm better. I'm better. I'm preparing to go back to driving soon. My body is healing from the accident and I wasn't driving. And I've been dealing with some arthritis. I've been dealing with some muscle spasm, right? So it slowed me down. But the chest pains, the respiratory the stuff has been clearing up. I'm breathing better. Also had allergic to something, so that kind of caused shortness of breath. But I'm doing okay. I'm doing better. I'm doing better. But besides that, I'm doing okay. But even in my situation, I still have to serve, and I'm serving in a homeless situation, and I don't mind sharing it. And I learned to deal with that as a mother, as a prophet. I would say this too, like once again, I apologize. And the reason why I'm apologizing is because I made the mistake of overgiving sometimes. And I know what some of y'all think, oh yeah, she gonna always have that supply in, she gonna always have that demand in, they think, oh yeah, go keep on, keep on, keep on, and keep on, keep on, keep on, you see what I'm saying? But I did it to the part I overdid it in the spiritual, and some things happened to me spiritually, and it put me in jail. It put me in jail for 2 days. And I end up talking to a millionaire therapist named Grace Golden. And she shared with me some wisdom. She shared with me some things. And then I end up talking to another therapist and they just let me out, and I talked to the judge and he dropped the charges, and I know they, gonna dismiss the case, and he said I don't have a record. So that's another reason why they dropped the charges. And it's nothing but the grace of God. How you go to jail for being too spiritual? Over giving. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know over giving and doing just over giving, doing too much. And I'm learning now to make better decisions. Okay, make better decisions, and um, not being embarrassed about it, sharing it. I know people gonna come at me for it. Some people just be like, "Wow, how on earth did that happen?" The blessing is they dropped it. They dropped it, and they probably looking at me like, "How on earth you end up in jail?" But I could say the same thing to a millionaire therapist. I'm looking at her, I'm listening to her, and I'm just like, "So if you got a house in Westlake and you're a self-made millionaire, 2 point something," she was saying, "how on earth you end up in jail?" you know and I was blessed to have her a roommate. That wasn't nothing but an appointment from the Lord. So, and like I said, she shared with me some things, and she told me how her spouse tried to take her house, her car, her money from her, and everything. So, but besides that, it was nice to talk to her, and I learned my lesson on that. And I just cried when the judge said that. And there was a lady sitting next to me, inmate. She started crying. She started crying. And besides that, That's what happened. And I got released, and yeah, it's been that way since the end of February or beginning of March. But um, I just want to share that. So yeah, I learned my lesson. I learned my lesson. It's always best to do what you're supposed to do and do the right thing, you know. But you can get discouraged sometimes. You can, or you get tired, or you don't want to do it. You don't want to do it. You'll get disobedient. You'll get rebellious. You don't want to do it. You don't want to give to people who keep biting the hand that feed you. You don't want to keep on bleeding, keep on being bruised, keep on going through all this stuff for people that ain't studying you, don't listen. You told them not to do it. They do it anyway. Then they got to come back to you. And I told you to do this. You not like you got to keep doing it over and over. But guess what? Somebody here to do it to me. Somebody here to do it to me. So I hope that stating these issues, bringing it to the light, and I know I'm not the only one that see it. Hopefully, I let people know. I let the intercessors know, let the pastors know, so we know what to deal with, we know what to pray for as a spiritual family. As a spiritual family. And to those that it's not affecting, that follow me online, I want to apologize for you. I ask for your patience because I know some people receive from me. I just had to shut stuff down temporarily, and I just ask you for your understanding and for your patience. Okay? And you guys have a good afternoon and enjoy your week. Enjoy your week. Continue to pray. Continue to pray. The Lord has been giving me a lot of insight of what's going on. He's been showing me things going on with Iran, with Harry the Prince, what's getting ready to happen in China. They getting ready to have a new ruler. What's happening with the the wall of China. He's been showing me a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. Okay, but we're just gonna continue praying, and we're gonna do what I call work-life balance. When we take care of home, we do for ourselves, and we do for spiritual ministry. You do your best to do it. You do your best to give God a rest. Anyway, you guys have a blessed afternoon. Bye.